Don't assume you know everything when you don't. Okay? So that was one of the first lessons learned.
Our first generations of the IQOS product at one point had up to 20% return rate.
There was quite a massive return of the devices, but not a return to smoking. People were retaining devices and they asking for a replacement. They wanted to continue the journey.
It's not only the money, because you had to replace the devices. It's the consumer frustration you get.
That is really the lowest moment for IQOS devices. And the PMI team is frustrated because when it works, we see how much the consumer loves it.
We didn't launch and then pause. We were continually figuring out which things we had to fix.
As we get into new platforms, new to world technologies, the plans will always be wrong, but it's okay.
There's got to be uncertainties in the innovation journey. And we should allow our scientists, our technologists, our engineers to do their job.
As a company, when we have issues, we're very good in reacting very rapidly. So one after the other, we fixed our issues.
Even in a company of the size of PMI, more than 30 billion in revenues, more than 70,000 employees, big changes are driven by few people that you can count on the fingers of one hand. Okay? And for sure, Andre is one of them.
It may sound as a bold statement, but I think it was the right thing to do. It was the right signal that we are very, very serious.
When you're taking a direction that is totally different from the previous direction, you need that galvanizing thought that we will go smoke-free, and this is the direction, no way back.
When we went public about this idea that we were going to transition away from cigarettes completely, I think that opened a lot of people's minds to the possibilities.
When I heard about the company moving and stop cigarette to go to the heat-not-burn product, you trust the company, you trust the leader.
After he made the statement, there was a lot of articles criticizing us. Are we genuine? Is this real? So there was skepticism then a lot. On reflection now, I think it was one of the best proud moments of Philip Morris, because I think up to today, no other company has made such a bold statement as we do.
If you are truly a believer in the smoke-free vision and you want smokers to switch to better alternative than continued smoking, you really go for that with your true intention. This is what happened.
Yeah, it was a very, very bold move. That simplifies externally and internally all discussions, because we know which direction we are going. Everybody knows that we are going smoke-free.
It's a clear view in the organization that if we want to be able one day to make a claim, we need to substantiate it.
To tell consumers that this product is different than cigarettes.
The FDA process, still today, the most thorough, lengthy, in-depth process of reviewing evidence behind our heat-not-burn.
This endorsement was perceived as very critical.
We had all the scientific evidence, but there was then an enormous amount of pressure on the team that had to build this dossier and make it clear to the FDA what we felt we should be authorized to say.
That was significant globally. Other countries looked to the FDA in terms of authorization, so it was quite important for us, not just in the US, but globally.
It was a 2-day meeting that we prepared for almost a year. And I still feel quite emotional when makes me feel, even to this day, quite emotional about the experience we all went through together. It was incredible teamwork.
It has to be really, really super thorough to convince those people, and also the sort of criticism they get for that there's a bar that is even higher than it looks on paper.
That's a big, big learning journey for a tobacco company like PMI.
We submitted that evidence in 2016. We kind of took a breath. And the wait, I have to say, was excruciating. It ended up being 4 years.
The good news is that this product got a modified risk tobacco product authorization by the FDA, and nobody else, in at least the heated tobacco products, has obtained this.
It means we can be proud of our science, we can be proud of the product.
The science never stops, the investigation never stops, and we're determined to provide the evidence that will convince regulators, not just FDA, that this product is utterly different than cigarettes.
We are sitting on something that can change the trajectory of public health.
I have never regretted for a second that we went into this product.
We're always in the process of progress.
Every function within the company has undergone some sort of transformation.
This is a great movie, like I want to see more of this, more of this.